Sybil Ludington, 1761 to 1839. She was the daughter of Colonel Ludington. When British troops and British loyalists attacked Danbury, Connecticut in 1777, a writer came to the Ludington household to ask them for the local regiment's help. The writer was too tired to continue, and Colonel Ludington had to prepare for battle, so he asked his 16-year-old daughter, Sybil, to ride through the night. Ludington rode all through the night through the dark woods, covering 40 miles, a slightly longer distance than Paul Revere rode. And because of her, the whole regiment was gathered by daybreak to fight the British.
Matthew Brady, 1822 through 1896. He lived in the 19th century American photographer who was celebrated for his portraits of politicians and his photographs of the American Civil War. Brady employed a team of assistants who fanned out across the country to capture the war. Together, they produced more than 10,000 images of the conflict and brought the gruesome realities of warfare home to the American public. In his portraits of prominent Americans in the late 1840s and 1950s in the camp and battlefield views made during the Civil War, Matthew Brady helped define a role for American photographers as historians of a contemporary life. Although he operated a camera himself only infrequently, he was hampered by the poor eyesight. He shaped more efficiently than any of his contemporaries an identity for photography as a force in American society, politics, and culture.
Jackie Ohms, 1911 to 1985. She was the first African American woman to work as a professional newspaper cartoonist. She started as a writer and proofreader for the Pittsburgh Courier before publishing her first comic strip, Torchy and Dixie to Harlem. Ohms established a voice within her work. In the Torchy series, she would showcase everything from segregation to the Red Scare.
Frank Wills, 1948 to 2000, a security guard who alerted the police to a possible break-in to the Watergate in Washington, D.C. He worked at the Watergate by the hotel one night and noticed a piece of tape on the door locks when he was making his first round. He took it off, and 30 minutes later he came back and noticed there was another piece of tape on the door. So he called the police, and on the 6th floor of the building, the police discovered James Morcourt and 4 companions hiding inside the offices of the Democratic National Committee of what President Nixon's spokesman initially dismissed as a third-rate burglary. This is what led to the discovery of the Watergate scandal, which got Nixon impeached. Macy Jemison, 1956. Macy Jemison is an American engineer and NASA astronaut. She became the first African American woman to be admitted into the astronaut training program. She became the first African American woman to travel into space when she went into orbit on September 12, 1992.